I'd like to know what sort of physical infrastructure did the Bank of Industry assist you in acquiring or installing?
Most significantly for us is the extension of our distribution network. The funds that we secured from the Bank of Industry was actually used in refinancing expensive loans. But in the last 4 years, the savings, that we've been able to make from refinancing those loans, because the interests are much reduced, has actually enabled the business such that we can embark on the extension of our distribution lines. So our off-taker, major off-taker, the Lagos State government is happy, and we are happy at the impact we are making, on the society.
How reliable or sustainable is the IPP arrangement compared to the on-grid arrangement?
IPPs are meant to provide power for specific purposes. So you cannot transmit over very long distances. The IPP licenses, as it's structured right now in Nigeria with NEC, there's a limit in generating capacity compared to power for the grid that is really limitless. I mean, you can generate as much as you can, but for IPPs, you have a certain boundary that you can go beyond. Then IPPs are also constrained by gas availability. So you can want to develop an IPP in a certain area. There has to be assured gas supply. You need to have some assurance around gas supply. So whether it's CNG, compressed natural gas, whether it's LNG supply or pipeline gas. So where the source of fuel supply is not guaranteed, you may not be able to do an IPP, just like you have with Gencos really. But so you have some limitations.
In your case, how do you source for gas?
Currently we have a gas supplier. We have pipeline gas in IPL Marina as we speak. And we just contracted gas supply with one of the domestic gas distribution companies. So we have pipeline gas within our facility as we speak. Don't forget that at conception, there was no pipeline gas. So when we started, gas supply was actually via trucks using compressed natural gas. So that constrained power generation at the time. I think we started with about 1 or 2 megawatts. But now, with availability of pipeline gas, you can do full 10 megawatts.
In the power sector generally, especially in the conventional on-grid power distribution, collection of revenue is a big problem. It was and still is a big problem. But with the IPP, are you still having the same problem recovering revenue?
Well, it's not a problem with our IPP based on our experience, because our generation capacity is sizable. It's a risk that the state government can contain. So the state government provides bank guarantee, guaranteeing our supply, such that if there are delays in payment or, we can draw on the bank guarantee pending when they top up, the bank guarantee. So we really don't have collection issues.
How do you determine your tariff at Island Power?
It's usually based on the cost of the project. So your tariff has to be cost reflective, such that you can recoup, you can pay back for the investment and have returns on the investment. It's on a willing buyer, willing seller basis. The state government, we were able to agree with the state government to charge a tariff, that provides some decent return, for our investment.
Now, the Lagos State government is proposing another, they've gotten approval for another 3,000 megawatts under the IPP arrangement. What does this mean for the sector?
We're into partnership with Lagos State. We welcome the 3,000 megawatt embedded power program. We are partners in this. So we've already, we're fully aware of all the programs and all the activities regarding the embedded power program. And we, as a company, we are well positioned to contribute our quota towards the government realizing, its vision of providing at least 3,000 megawatts.
Although you're on the other side now, on the IPP side, but I also like to get your views on the on-grid power generation, distribution, and transmission. I would have asked, what is the weakest link? But really, what is the problem?
I would say the journey that we have started in Nigeria today is a long one, right? Compared to a couple of years ago, there has been some progress. There has been enabling policies, there has been a lot of stakeholder sensitization, and there has been some investments, in the power sector. But I wouldn't want to identify a certain segment of the value chain as being a weak link, or the whole value chain needs attention. That's how we need investments in Nigeria. We need state of the art, distribution network. So I just generally think the whole value chain needs attention really.
Are you under pressure to review your tariff?
It's no, because what we're charging is already cost reflective. So except something really dramatic that is unforeseen happens, maybe like the FX rate going from 360 to 1,000 naira, for example, then you can consider reviewing tariff, or maybe the cost of gas suddenly jumps out of reach. Then you can consider, but within the contractual obligation and arrangements that we have now, we are not under any pressure to review a tariff because it's already cost reflective.
So what is the big picture for Island Power?
Well, for Island Power, our ultimate aim is actually to expand significantly, such that we have a generating capacity of about 100 megawatts. We want to be an active player in the Lagos State embedded 3,000 megawatt embedded power program. In the long term, we want to be able to put smiles, on the face of the average Nigerian.
Is the Bank of Industry part of that future?
Oh, definitely. It is only through the Bank of Industry that we can enjoy this kind of interest rates we are enjoying now, except maybe the government puts together another intervention fund tomorrow. But as we speak, the BoI is that they are aware about our expansion plans. They know where we want to be. They understand our business. And what other partner do you need, really, if you have a financial institution that understands your business? They understand the risk involved in this business, and we're very comfortable, partnering with them, even in achieving greater heights that we've set for ourselves.